So, hi everyone. I'm Jackie. I'm the student coordinator for the First Gen office. And well, I'm just gonna start off by doing a disclaimer of like this is just how I choose to make it. Like, by no means am I adapting any type of culture or saying this is the way, or if like your mom or your grandma does it a different way, that's so awesome. But this is how we're gonna do it today, okay? Sorry, let me just flip the camera. I'm gonna just show you real quick. I already diced up the cabbage and cleaned it, the cabbage and the little bell peppers. Usually I use the bigger ones, but that's why they're so small, because they're these. My mom, she was the one that did the shopping, and and these worked just fine, but those are the ones that I had. That's usually what we're gonna start off with. And I have, because I'm a little lazy right now, I have the minced garlic and a little bit of onion, not too much, and then some, like 3 cloves of garlic. For the mixture, I'm gonna use some honey. Usually I would also add some brown sugar, but I thought we had some and we did not, unfortunately. And then some soy sauce. I like to use this one because it's lower on sodium. And I like it a little spicy, so I like to add the red pepper, the crushed red pepper. And I like to use olive oil, extra virgin olive oil, my little drink. I like to use I was guessing this would also be something more of like a timely manner, where it's like you want to make something but you don't have a lot of time, and then especially us with like school and everything, like, let's be honest, that's half of the reason why a lot of people don't have food with them ever, because everything just takes forever to make. So I just like to get these bags. There's so many varieties of so many different brands, but this is just the one I had with me. And and of course, if you're like vegetarian or vegan, you can just stick to just the rice and the veggies. You don't have to add any meat, or you can actually also use like tofu or any type of other meat replacement. And then this is the rice I like to use. I think this pack is about $6. So it lasts a really long time. It's a jasmine rice. It's really pretty. It comes out really fluffy most of the time, not always. So don't judge me if our rice doesn't come out pretty and fluffy. I'm just saying most of the time. And then there's that. I think I got everything. And then I like to use that one's for my rice, and then this one's for my what's it called? For the stir fry, okay? All right, I see some comments in the chat. No questions, right? Mainly comments?
Yeah, just comments. But if you all do have questions, just put them in the chat and I'll read them for Jackie.
Yes, and I think since I'm gonna make a bigger batch, I think I'm gonna start off with the rice. And I forgot to add one more thing I bought yesterday. I like to add, why make my rice? Like, I know there's so many different ways to make rice, but just for this specific one, there's a certain way I like to make it. And I forgot to show you guys, I like to show you all, I like to use the rice vinegar. It gives it more of like, like the sticky rice that they use for sushi. That's like kind of, I think that's pretty much what they use. Correct me if I'm wrong, whoever.
I never knew that. That's cool.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut some onion. I'm gonna put my rice like pan on like medium. My stove gets hot a little bit quicker than most. It tends to burn stuff. So that's what I'm gonna do. And so the way I like to make my rice for this one is I like to first toast a little bit of garlic and onion. And then I'm gonna go ahead and boil the water. And once the water starts boiling, I'm gonna add the rice and the rice vinegar. Let it boil for a little bit more and then cover it. Okay? Because I know there's different ways. Like when you make the red or like orange, I don't want to say Mexican, let's just say Hispanic rice. I know a lot of people like to first toast the rice with the oil, and then they blend everything else with like the onion and the tomato and all of that. But like I said, this is how I'm gonna make it today.
Sounds good.
I'm so sorry. This is so, you all are just seeing my forehead right now. But I'm gonna add a little bit. Where is, there we go. Ooh. Just in, not too much, because then, I don't know, I don't really like my stuff super oily. I'm like, just let that warm up a little bit. I don't know. If I'm honest with you, I'd be explaining why I let the oil warm up. It's just, it cooks the stuff easier. I don't know. It's just something my mom has always done since I was a child. So we're gonna let the oil sit for a little bit. We'll get warm, and it shouldn't take too long, just because the pan should already be warm from the fact that I turned it on like even 2 minutes ago. So now I'm gonna go ahead and add. And I don't know about everyone else, but I like to use wooden spoons to cook, especially with these, God, I don't know what it's called in English, but with the non-stick pans, I like to use a wooden spoon because it just helps so it doesn't get scratched and all of that. Because then that's pretty dangerous once it starts to like peel, and you don't want that, because then it's bad and you have to throw them away. So put the heat up a little bit, but you see how that's, well, we're doing that. Let me explain a little bit about rice, the way I make rice. So I think a lot of people, I know there's like a rule of like the finger, the index finger with like filling it to the line. I don't know how to do that, or I've never done it successfully, so I'd rather not. But what I like to do is, for example, I'm gonna make just about 1.5 cups of rice. So that means 1.5 cups, like you're gonna use the same cup that you use to measure your rice is the same one you're gonna add water with. Never change it up, because sometimes it like, depending on the measuring cup, some are made for dry ingredients, some are made for like wet ingredients. So you'll have to just stick to one thing. Just stay with the same thing that you used to put the rice, use it the same. So if I'm gonna do, I wish I could like write things down, or I had like a board, but if I'm gonna do like one cup of rice, is gonna be twice as much water. So 2 cups of water and a little bit more. And usually that's good enough. I know it's a little blurry, I don't know why, but I'm gonna make 1.5. So I'm gonna do like 1 and then the half of this one. Just because I'm trying to feed my family after this. So that's how much I'm gonna make. But yeah, usually it's, so if you do like 1 of whatever amount of rice you're doing, you do twice as much. And usually that's pretty good. It doesn't come out either dry or really mushy. Yeah, that's always been my trick to getting my rice pretty good. And now see, it's a little bit, I don't know, I don't think you all can see, right? But it's a little toasted. You don't want to burn them, because then if not, the taste of burnt is gonna stay to your rice. So I'm gonna just lower while I get my water. And I use a tap water because for me it's safe to do that. If not, use filtered or water bottles. I don't know what everyone uses. But after I toast that, I know it's not safe to do like oil and water, but I do it anyway, because it doesn't necessarily like, see, once I add the water, it doesn't pop or anything like that, because it's a good amount of water. It's not just, because I don't know if anyone has explained to y'all that you guys are not supposed to mix the oil with the water, because then you will get burnt. Do not do that.
Wise words.
Yes, just give me 1 second. Sorry if it looks like I'm just walking around. I am just getting my water. Is there any questions? Because that was like a lot on rice.
I don't see any. I think
just comments.
Really helpful. Yeah, just comments.
Okay.
I do really feel like you're a good cook, so I'm glad that you are doing this for us.
I'm all right, but we're gonna let that boil, and then after it boils, that's when I'm going to add the rice and then the rice vinegar. But while that starts to boil, I'm gonna turn on the stove a again, a little bit medium high for the other pan, so I can start mixing, or I can start putting the oil and the garlic and the onion. I'm so sorry. I don't know why, like, with cooking, I want to throw in my Spanglish a lot, so that's why I'm like, oh, what's it called? That thing.
That's okay. You could say it in your Spanglish if you want.
Yeah. In the meantime, I'll show you guys this, my probiotic drink. It's called Yakult. If you never tried one, go to Walmart and buy them. They're good for your tummy. Only one drink once a day, because if not, then that's bad for you, because it is probiotics. So, but they're really good. I think they're I want to say it comes from Japan originally, but I don't know. I've seen them a lot in, like, when I go to Mexico. So yeah, there's my little drink. But okay, since I'm being lazy, this will help you a lot with a lot of other the minced garlic. I like to use it a lot. If not, I'll do the wholes. Or here, actually, I'll peel some. I'll peel some whole ones. Just because I forget that my brother is a little, and he doesn't like garlic. So if it's like little minced pieces, let's just say it's a little obnoxious for me. But give me 1 second. I like a lot of garlic, so I do like 4, which is a pretty strong. Usually my mom only does like 1 or 2. But to peel them easily, I just like put them down, and then I don't know if y'all hear the crack, but that makes like the skin a lot easier to peel. And I like to cut the little ends off. I know some people don't, but it's like, I don't know, that little brown piece. I'll do that for all of them. I'm probably gonna cut up a little bit of onion too, just because I like the taste. Does the original recipe have it? I'm honestly not sure. With like right now when I make the sauce, I don't. I'm so sorry to inform you all that I do not have the exact measurements. I'm just like, a little bit more of that, a little bit more of this. Just how it tastes, I get that from like my mom. Call it jazz cooking. That's funny. Good cooks never measure. Hopefully. I think I was really terrified of burning something today, because I was like, oh, it always happens.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. So the part you're doing right now, you said is for the sauce?
So I can just start. So I like to, before I put the veggies in, I like to toast the garlic and the onion a little bit, and then I add the vegetables. Right now, after that, that's when I'll mix everything, and I'll put the sauce.
Cool.
Let me put the oil in now. I like to use both purple and like the yellow onion. I don't really have a preference. I like the purple because it adds color, especially to these dishes. But some people just do not like it. Sometimes it's a taste thing. Sometimes people just don't like it. I don't know. Okay, so I'm gonna add these. Yes, onion, especially like grilled or like, oh, here. What is that called when people like make videos of noises? I don't know. Here's a little bit of that though. There's that. Be careful to not burn yourself. Yes, and then my rice hasn't boiled that much yet. Sometimes, depending on how plain I want it, if I know I'm gonna mix it with something else, But if I don't, like, I'm not gonna mix it with anything else. My rice, or like the white rice, sometimes if I want more flavor, I like to put like a tablespoon of this. I don't think I'll do that today because I think I do want more like plain, just like the rice. So, but just in case you're like, this rice is so flavorless, you should teach me. You can add that, or even salt. Salt is fine, or soy sauce afterwards. Soy sauce is really good. But I'm gonna go ahead. All the pretty veggies. I like to coat them a little bit with like all the onion first. And then what I also like to do is I like to get a little bit, like just a really, really small amount of water. And then I cover it so like that it can like get steamed and it's not burning, but it's nice and soft. Because sometimes bell peppers take a little bit to cook. So then, yeah, now it's in there. We're just gonna wait a little bit and it's gonna get foggy. And then you won't be able to see. As long as it's not burning. That's all that matters.
Jackie, what is the green stuff that's in there?
Oh, cabbage.
Okay. I was just wondering.
I think you can add there was this, it's just that my mom couldn't find it, but there's actually sometimes like in the frozen veggie aisle, which is maybe even a little better because they're a bit cheaper and it's more like variety put together, and it's like a stir fry mix. And it has like, I think like green onion, bell peppers, I think spinach and cabbage, and is it snap peas? I think it's snap peas too, and carrots. I know a lot of people make it differently. I think that'd be a good one for anyone who doesn't eat meat. That would be a really good option, trying to find those little baggies. I'll put my phone down just a bit.
Thank you.
Oh, sorry. My rice. Okay. Sorry, let me open. Now I like to add the rice vinegar. This one is new. I only like to add a little bit, because since it is like, I don't know, some type of vinegar, sometimes the taste can be much. See, like that's maybe a little bit too much. So you don't want to do that. But I like to let it boil at first. I know some people like to let it boil for like a good amount of time. Sometimes I lower it a little bit, just let it boil, and then I'll cover it and then turn it on low for I think about 30 minutes. Since it is like, I did 1.5 cups, which is a good amount of rice. I think 1.5 cups is, I think a little bit over like half a cup for like serving size. Like I think serves about 6, or that you can do for 6 different meals of the week, if you'd like, or you can put more or less. Whatever people choose. No judgment. And yes, since we are grown, you clean as you go. You are not little no more. You're grown. We're assuming you're grown and you're doing this for yourself. You clean as you go. If you live with your parents, you do not wait for your parents to clean for you. Because if you do, stop that.
I'm in trouble.
You don't live with your parents no more?
No, I'm just kidding. My husband doesn't clean. Like he's the one that cooks more than me. And
yeah.
He doesn't clean the dishes as he goes. He just waits for me to clean them.
I'm Sorry, unless that doesn't bother you, unless you know it's like he cooks, you clean. Then okay,
Yeah, that's kind of our deal.
that sounds fair.
Mm-hmm.
That's good teamwork. I'm obsessive about keeping our kitchen clean, so I am like very much along with you, Jackie, of like you clean as you go. I'll make a huge meal and like 5 minutes later you'll never know the kitchen was used. I think it comes from working in kitchens for years and years.
I'm learning about more than just cooking today.
Yeah. So I don't know if I don't think you can see that well. Oh no. My camera got foggy. I don't think my back camera, it's a little blurry, isn't it?
I can see it pretty well. I'm not having issues.
Because I don't know if you can see, but like the cabbage is starting to get a little bit more like a transparent look.
Uh-huh.
And that's kind of like what you want. And then I'm gonna cover it a little bit. Or actually now is when I like to add to the veggies first, well at least to this. I like to add some soy sauce so we can start getting that flavor.
Mm.
Okay, so then I'm gonna cover it a little bit, just a little bit more. And the rice is still boiling. And this, if you see, now some of the rice pieces are starting to slowly come up, or you can start to see the water go down a little bit. I'm gonna wait just a little bit longer for the rice to be a little bit more visible, and then that's when I'm gonna cover it and put it on low for the rest of the time. But now, since I know I didn't have the exact measurement for everything, I'm going to just add a good amount. I know it looks like a lot, but trust me, you'll be fine. I'm gonna use like both hands to record, and then I like to put a good amount just because I do like the spiciness with it. And like I said, sometimes I like to put brown sugar as well, but I do not have any. But I think the honey should work just fine. It's just that what the brown sugar does is it kind of gives it, instead of just like the watery, it like makes it more sticky, so then it can get a bit more, I guess you can say, like toasted with the meat or the veggies you're using. But yes, and you can taste it as you go, add more or less. This looks like a lot, but I think for the amount I'm making, it's just fine. Yeah, Sam, it's what gives it like the sweet, because it's more, I think I'm going more for like a teriyaki flavor. And there are, if you don't want to do all this, there are mixes you can buy at the store that are already like just the teriyaki marinades for your meat, which is easier as well. It's just that sometimes, I don't know, with those, I find myself adding stuff anyway. So I'm like, well, might as well just make my own. And I think I would also add pepper, but I don't remember having any. Oh, yes, I do. And you can also add ginger. I like to have the fresh ginger, but I don't have any. I like how I do not have anything of like a lot of stuff right now. That is very terrible. I'm so sorry. I do have ground ginger though. That's always good. Usually I would do the ginger paste. There's like a paste you can buy at like Walmart. But give me 1 second. See, look, let me show you the rice. If you see how the rice is more, like the water, it's a bit more consumed and you can see the rice a little more. That's when I go ahead and like cover it. And then I put it on like either the 2 or like the simmer low side. and the timer. I think by the time this ends, it should be good to go. But is there any questions?
I don't think so.
But quesadillas, Jose, go away. With the quesadillas, and nobody talking about no quesadillas trying to take my show. Bye. I know, geez, if you wanted one on how to make quesadillas, you should have said something. Too late. All right, I'm just mixing everything right now. And look, if you see the second teachers, he doesn't so much. If you can see now, the cabbage is like a little bit, it's still the green color, but it's more like transparent. That's, I don't know, that's the best I can describe it. And you see it's not burnt, but it's more steamed, which is what you want because you don't want it to be burnt, or at least toasted just yet. Get it like all crunchy if that's how you like it. Yes, cabbage is always something that is just like a must. I don't know, I like it. Some people don't like it. I like it. I like it so much. I could just eat like just this. This alone can be, I think, a pretty good meal with just the rice. Okay. You know what? Actually, I did find brown sugar. Oh no, it's all hard. I hate it when it gets hard.
You can microwave it and it'll make it soft. That's the one cooking trick I know.
You don't think you'll get a, well, I mean, oh wait, I think I got it. It's like in chunks, but it's okay. It's gonna melt anyway.
And you said this just makes it thicker? That's
Yeah,
why
it
it's
makes
good?
it more, because if you ever, I don't know if you've ever warmed up sugar on like the stove, like with the pan, and it
Yeah.
gets more like caramelized, like thick. And I don't know
Yeah.
if you notice how like on orange chicken or like sesame chicken and stuff, a lot of the times it gives it that pretty gold and like kind of like sticky
Oh.
sweet
Okay.
flavor. I think it's that.
Sounds yummy. I can't wait to eat dinner now.
Yes, and if the meat would have been, or like the tofu or whatever would have been like raw, I would have let it marinate in this sauce for longer. But it's not. So I'm just go ahead and make it. I'm gonna make the whole bag. I think if you were to make this just for yourself and do like separate it out into several meals, I think you have one like a lunch for each day of the week, I think, which would be pretty good. See, like this one, I don't think you can just see it, but it's just frozen chicken. You can just throw everything together. And I think we're almost like more than halfway through, and it's only been like 30 minutes, a little over. Yeah, so see, it wouldn't take that long to make your, like if you have an hour to sit on your phone, you have an hour to do this. Same. People claim to not have time with that phone. Takes me forever. Yes, a lot of these like prepared meat stuff, I don't care about being called lazy and stuff, and I'm like, My chicken is not dry like yours. Thank you. Okay, don't listen to people. We're just trying to get through school and life and stuff. We'll be fine. And plus, like, it's okay. If we can make our lives easier, why not? I think, sorry, I'm just letting that sit. Is there any questions, comments, concerns, suggestions, ideas?
There was a question that said, "Do you deliver?"
Eh, no. God, I wish. Actually, like, I think a lot of my, like, well, actually more so remembering how to, just the recipes. Like, I think I used to know a bit more or remember a bit more recipes in high school. But once I got to college, I just, like, I ate a lot of the same things. So then I don't ever cook for, like, my whole family. Who taught me how to cook? My mom taught me some stuff. Me and my sister have always just used, like, YouTube. YouTube is where we pull a lot of our stuff. Like, that's where, because there's, like, an endless amount of recipes for this or any other things. It's just, like, trying things out. Because there's, like, especially now with the internet, there's so many, like, the possibilities are endless for what you can cook and how you can cook it. That's why, like, at the beginning of the video, I was like, because I know, like, on TikTok or other videos, I see all the time people putting their, like, food recipes, and then other ones are like, oh, well, like, you forgot to add this, you forgot to add that. Or I do it this way. And I'm like, I'm sorry, you do it that way. But yeah. And this is my sponge. If you all do not own one of these, like, Scrub Daddy sponges, please get one. They're good. They don't scratch like stainless steel. They don't stink. And they don't really get ugly. And they're so pretty. Look, you can grab them like this. See, put your fingers through them. They're a bit more expensive, but they're really good compared to, like, these old things. They really are good. So they should sponsor me. I don't know. Y'all should have recorded that so I can send it to them. Like, if you guys get a whole bunch of college students or staff members ordering, I don't know. I think I should get a discount code. We should tag them. Oh, I know. You know what? I used a lot of I purposely bought a lot of, like, great value stuff too, because it's even less expensive by like $1, but you know, that adds up when you're buying groceries. It's like if you're getting 70 things and they're all $1 less. Like, I don't know, think about it. And everything I bought should be able to get at Walmart. Like I said, the big bag of rice is like about, I think at the most $6-7. And then the chicken is the same. It stays between $6-7. The veggies, probably, I think the bag of bell peppers is about $3. Cabbage, same, about $3-4 for like the big head, and you don't even use all of it. And all the, like, the sauce is the same. I don't think any of them go over $3. And you know, you're not gonna use like the whole thing in one, so it can last you a while. I'm sorry, this is how it's looking. I'm just looking at it instead of showing y'all.
That looks good.
Yeah, I'm still letting the chicken defrost a little bit because I don't have time to thaw it out. We don't have time, remember? They're college first-gen students that have a lot of responsibilities all at once.
True. So this is just with the stir-fried vegetables, and then you added the chicken.
And then right now, I'm gonna add once everything's a bit more defrosted, I'm gonna add.
The sauce. Okay, cool. Thank you.
I do need to taste it though. Oh my god.
Cool.
I used to know how to make a really good pumpkin pie. Don't know what happened. That was like my freshman year of high school. Really good though. Again, off of YouTube. And it was like, I think my best recipes, like the ones that I made, were off of the videos that were like the least best quality. And I think a lot of them, they took them down because they were really old. But those were I say those were some of like, when I would make stuff, those would really be bangers. And it was always the videos that I couldn't find again. And I just remember them like not being like 2 minutes, 3 minutes long. And I was just like, whoa. It's sad. Spain without the S. And you also do not touch your rice, especially like with this amount's like, and like I said, a cup and a half. So I would wait like at least 30 minutes, because if not, I don't know, something magical happens that it just doesn't come out right if you uncover it. My mom would like be all over me because of that.
It doesn't burn at the bottom.
No, since it's right now it's on just low.
Oh.
It doesn't. That's why I keep an eye on it while it's boiling in the beginning until I can kind of see it a little bit, and that's why I like turn it all the way down. And I mean, if you leave it there for like ever, then I mean, yeah, it'll start to stick. But if you're mindful of it, like if you're forgetful like me, I just say put a timer or alarms. That's why I have like 20 alarms a day, because sometimes I'll keep alarms from like the day before or the week before from when I had to do something. Alarms save my life.
But you said cook it on low. What are you cooking the chicken and stuff at right now?
That one is kind of medium high, and then I cover it so it can, since it was frozen, like that it can like melt, and then once I'm able to like actually go through the chicken, I'll try a couple of pieces out. Yeah, I think it's okay. I don't think I need to put the cover on it anymore. So now I'm gonna just turn it down a little bit to like medium. And here we go. And the honey's still on there, so let me just put my phone down so I can actually scrape all of that stuff off. Oh, no. Oh, darn it. There we go. I don't know why. I pressed on it a little too hard. But yeah, and be careful with this, because I used to hit my head a lot. Well, not no more, but just saying. I put the heat lower because I didn't want it to start like getting soaked in right away. I wanted like the chicken and cabbage and stuff to sit there with it for a little bit, so I put it just like on low. Ooh, and I can teach out some, I mean, I don't think it's probably anything new, but my plating skills. I like to use cups and stuff to put my rice in a pretty form, and then put like the vegetables and chicken on top. My mom gets annoyed. She's like, yeah, you're doing the most. I'm not gonna do that to you. Does anyone else's mom doesn't really like cooking and all of this? But like I do. I always have.
I don't like cooking.
No.
My mom is a really good cook, so I think I was too spoiled because she would cook all the time. And then as an adult, I would just make easy food while I was in college. And then now my husband loves cooking, so I don't cook because he likes to do it. So
Ooh.
luckily, I like to clean. Like I said, that's usually my job.
Well, that's good. You know, like halvesies, you do what you're best at. You know, it's an advantage.
Yeah.
There you go. It's efficient and effective. What we need.
There you go.
Well, in the meantime, I'll show you my little plant that's dying. It's like a little.
Oh, that's a cute little plant holder.
Yeah, my mom's. What are those plants called that they only take out in Christmas time and they're red?
Oh, a poinsettia.
I don't know if that's the name of it, but my mom's been having this one for I think a little over 10 years, and it's never blossomed again. But it's just so big, and she refuses to get rid of it.
Oh wow. Yeah, that's
Yes.
definitely not a poinsettia, but that's pretty.
Yeah, those are her bamboo ones. She does an amazing job. They love her or her house and her environment and her vibes because they start dying when she leaves.
Wow. Those
Yeah.
are huge. I've never seen them so
Yeah.
big. That's cool.
Yeah, that's. Everyone's always like, "How do you do it?" And I'm just like, I don't know, my mom. Like, I don't know. I do. I water them like she does. I do everything I can. Like that thing where plants like thrive with while being with them. Even they don't even have to like give them specific. Because I don't know if like some people have like specific food plant. Like I kill my plants. So yeah. See, my mom does a pretty good job. I don't know.
I actually right now I have 2 plants that have stayed alive this whole year of COVID. And I've been so shocked that I was able to keep them alive, but I'm pretty proud of them. But now I'm just like, all right, I kind of want them to die because I'm tired of taking care of them. But then I don't want them to die at the same time. So I'm just contemplating.
That's kind of mean. I don't want them to die.
Because it's like, oh, it's such an accomplishment. But then it's like, oh, it's so much trouble.
Heard you saying that, Sam. That's really mean.
I know. They're a lot of work.
Yes, plants are a lot of work. But I think here. Let me see. See, look. It's been kind of like simmering right now. See how there's still a lot of like little liquid at the bottom, which I think by now it's just hit the heat up. So like that, it starts. I don't even know what's the right word for it, but it'll start doing something.
Are you trying to wait for the liquid to disappear, or is it okay liquidy?
Oh, I think it depends. Some people probably wouldn't mind, but I like it to disappear a little bit, which it does. I just have to turn up the heat. Since I have it on low, it was just kind of simmering in there. Yeah, when I turn up the heat, it should. Yes, come on. Okay, I think the rice, 10 more minutes and then I'll maybe pop it open. I'm scared. I kind of don't want to show my rice, but whatever. If it comes out weird, it comes out weird. What are we going to do? Oh, always walk with knives like this, because if not, something bad happens, you trip and fall. So knife down, always. Be safe, everyone. And the handles never go out if you have kids or brothers or anybody that doesn't keep their hands off, because if not, then they come, or even the spoon, because they come and they drop it and then they burn themselves, and it's very sad. or even yourself, because I don't know, I'm a little clumsy myself. I'm very clumsy, actually.
I am too. And sometimes I forget something's hot that I'm cooking with. And then I still touch it.
Oh, I know it happens. It's all right. God, I thought I had the 88 chats confused me because I haven't opened it. So I was like, oh no, I got scared because like that's how many people. No.
That would have been a lot.
Usually dinner. It depends. I can eat very late up until like 12 a.m. It depends. I eat dinner when I can.
Oh man.
Does anybody else just eat dinner when they can? Or does everyone have a specific time? Seven, 7:30ish? Is that what Elise said? I get grumpy. I definitely get hangry when I don't eat. Okay. What type of food does everyone, I don't know, usually eat? Is there a favorite meal? Grilled cheese sandwiches. You know what? Those probably usually hit. Do you like tomato soup with them? I love rice, the chicken or ground beef, yes. Spaghetti. Nope, I'm very basic. So, but like, how do you make your grilled cheese? Like, do you make them like with the American, like the yellow cheese? The Valentina, yes. When I was younger, yes, American cheese. When I was younger, I used to, since my mom wouldn't really let me do much, when I would get home from school and like I wanted something like that, get like a slice of bread and like mozzarella cheese, and I would just like microwave it so it could melt, and it wasn't bad with Valentina. I was like, okay, it was like a lazy little hack. I was young.
I used to keep hot sauce in my purse when I was young. And in middle school, everyone always knew I had the hot sauce hookup. And so everyone at lunchtime would come to me and ask me for hot sauce.
That's funny. Why?
I just love hot sauce. I eat it on like almost everything.
That's funny.
Like my eggs, my soup, my rice, my like I can't think of something I don't eat hot sauce with.
I don't know if y'all can see. Cause like to me, my picture is like so blurry.
It looks good to me.
Yeah, so I'm just letting it sit there for a little while. I give the rice like a little bit more time. Because if I just start touching it and it doesn't come out, I'm just get anxious.
What's your favorite food, Jackie?
You know, I eat a lot of chicken, like chicken breast specifically. I think that's something you all would have seen me have with me a lot on campus. Always. Oh, I really liked in the mornings eating my oatmeal with either like blueberries and peanut butter or almond butter and banana or strawberries. I could eat that. That was all I would eat when I was on campus. Yeah, I know some people oatmeal is like very boring just because, well, I mean, they think mine is boring just because I don't put like sugar or nothing like that. But I don't know, it's because they have the fruit. So then to me, that was like enough. But I would always get the like, from somebody in the office.
Same here. If you do eat dessert, what kind of dessert is your dessert of choice?
Oh, it depends. Because a lot of places have like either, I mean, if it was to be going out, eating dessert while going out, a lot of places have they either have like a cheesecake or like a brownie of some sort, type of like chocolatey. So I don't know. I think for that, it depends what I'm feeling that day.
Mm-hmm. But brownie or cheesecake usually.
Yeah, because I mean, it just. Ooh, I really like the cookie skillets though. If like there's a restaurant that has a cookie that like that's like warm, and then they put the vanilla ice cream on top.
Yeah.
Oh my God. That's so
Those
good.
are good. For
There's
sure.
this one restaurant in Arizona. I forgot what it's called, but there's this one restaurant in Arizona that has different variety of those. Like not just the basic chocolate chip. I think it has like macadamia nut or like double fudge. They have different ones, but they're so good. Because one time I got like a half and a half. Oh, so good.
Yum.
Go away so I can show them.
It looks good. I'm ready to eat it.
Okay, someone just, can we pick up our free sample? No. And here, I like to get a fork, just because that's how I like to like fluff it out a little more once I think it's ready. And if it's not, we'll see right now. We'll see. And the onion and all that likes to get on top. But oh yeah.
Whoa. It came out perfect.
Yeah, you see why I like jasmine rice?
Yeah. Dang. I'm so impressed.
Yeah, and it's just, I don't know if it's the brand or like the water cup measurements. Like I don't like to mess around with it too much, but I just like to like flip it out like that so I can make sure. Okay. That should be set. I'm gonna just cover a little bit and turn it off. Oops. Turn it off so it doesn't stick. Okay, and then I think I'm gonna go ahead and turn this off too. Now let me get the stuff I like to use. Oh no, my plates are falling on. Oh, fine. We're fine. So I like to get these glass ones, or like just some type of bowl looking shape, something that you think would look pretty as a shape, a mold. And I'm using the same spoon because either way it's all gonna be mixed up, so they're gonna eat it. So I like to pretty much just fill it up and pat it down so like that starts to, mold and look nicer or whatever. And you can do smaller or bigger cup looking thing depending on what you like. I mean, how much rice you like. But I just like to oh, I'm not even showing you. Wow. So you just pat it down. See how it's full? And I like to pat it down so like that the shape kind of stays once I flip it into the, and then cover it because if not your rice gets hard. Nobody likes hard rice. Ooh, I hope it's good. Well, I mean, I hope it's like, yeah, the shape is like, right? This is if you feel extra, like me, like myself. You don't have to. If you don't feel extra, don't do it. Be yourself. Hold on. Let me put the chicken into my phone.
Whoa. This looks like a restaurant.
And also my mom gets so annoyed with me because she's just like, oh my God, just plate it. They're gonna eat it anyways.
Oh my, it looks so good.
We're so different in that sense. And she doesn't like to do none of this. She's just like, whatever.
Oh man. This
You
changes
can add
everything.
more more vegetables, less rice. But yeah, y'all. I think, can mold it, whatever. I don't know.
Yeah. Looks so good, Jackie.
There you go.
Whoa.
Yep, so that's, I think this is
The finished product.
Mhm.
Yay! Thank you so much, Jackie, for showing us how to do this. I definitely learned a lot. So can I get the address? Yeah, we're all showing up there because now we're all starving. But Jackie, thank you for showing us how to cook. And for those of you on the call, if you want to put some celebrations in the chat for Jackie, say thank you. Or if you still have questions, we can still definitely take those. But you can also use the little smiley face as a reaction to clap or do a little party to say thank you to Jackie for her time and her awesome cooking skills. Yay! That turned out really well. And then don't forget to sign in. I know I've reshared the sign in the chat. And then if you have questions or you want to follow us on Instagram and you aren't already, we do encourage you to do so. We have one event left for the semester, and that is actually on Friday. It's our Let's Talk event. So if you liked this and maybe want to come to something else, you can come on Friday, 2 to 3:30. Cool. Well, we'll hang out for another minute, but if you want to go ahead and log off, you can. Thank you.
You all for watching me and hearing me do randomly.
You did great, Jackie. I'm going to pause.